Be okay with them being disappointed. Be okay with them being mad. And be okay with them being okay that you're disappointed and that you're mad, right? Because it's going to go on both sides. And I really need to talk to you about it. Because the reality is, I just did a little short form video that talked about it. You know you're doing something right when people are starting to get a little irritated with you. You are. Because when you start to establish your boundaries, boundaries carry consequences. Boundaries is not just don't talk to me that way. It's, well, what happens if you do continue to talk to me that way? Once you start holding your boundaries and you start saying no, and it's not always people pleasing, people are not going to like it, period. They're not going to like it. They can't benefit from it. They don't understand it. They're not in that headspace. They're a little jealous about it because they're not there yet. There's a lot of reasons. So you can always gauge where you are in your growth mindset, okay, is you can look at it and you can say, oh, okay, if they're upset with me, if they're angry with me, that means I'm doing something right. Your challenge is going to be not letting yourself go back into that sort of people pleasing, like, what if they're mad at me? So I really want you to ask yourself this question, okay? It's going to be a little fact-finding thing. It's a little call to action for you. Why does it matter if they're disappointed in you? If you're holding your grounds for yourself, if you are protecting your own peace, why does it matter if they're upset with you? Because they're going to be. Right? Now, I'm going to put it back on your foot, right? Shoes on the other foot. If someone is holding their boundaries and you don't like their boundaries, that's not their problem. That is a you problem. So if you're upset, and it can also turn into a little bit of manipulation too, right? If you're upset at somebody's no, or if you're upset with that and you're mad, why should they give a damn if you're mad? Who cares? You're mad because it didn't work the way you wanted it to. You're mad because you don't understand it. You're mad because your assumptions and your expectations were a monkey wrench was thrown into them. So what? So it goes on both sides of the shoe, right? It goes on both sides of the coin. And you can gauge that by being okay with people being disappointed. Well, now, because what's going to happen is on this journey, you're going to start to pay attention and you're going to start seeing things more clear. Without judgment, you're going to be like, oh, that's gaslighting. Wait a minute, they were trying to gaslight me there. Okay, don't judge them. It's worked. Hell, it's worked. You have to understand, people are going to continue to practice the things that they've always done because it's always worked. So, of course, you might go, well, I don't like that's gaslighting. Well, it's always been gaslighting. It isn't just now gaslighting. You're just more aware of it. You have more knowledge of that now. So when you look at it, you're going to start seeing actions. It's actually kind of fun because you'll start seeing it with other people. This doesn't mean insert your opinion, just you'll start seeing it. You'll be like, oh, that's weird. They're being manipulative. And then you'll check yourself. You'll be like, wait a minute, did I just gaslight somebody? Like, I didn't mean to, but oh my God, it was. So you start getting more clarity and more awareness to your own actions. But you got to be willing to do that without worrying about your ego and getting yourself all defensive and all of this other craziness that comes along with it. Right? So I want you to get yourself in that headspace of realizing this, because when you allow yourself to not go down the rabbit hole of why are they mad? Oh my God, they're upset with me. Well, yes. I mean, think about it. Even as an adult, like a full grown adult, I don't mean like a teenager adult. You may find yourself doing that. Well, if I'm mad, they'll change their mind. Yes, that's called manipulation. We've all done that as teenagers. Hell, I think every teenager on the planet carries a level of manipulation and narcissism. It's a kind of running joke with mental health. Like, oh, you're in your narcissism phase, right? Doesn't mean that you have the disorder and it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that that's probably one of the biggest things for you is to allow yourself that awareness, that self-awareness on when you're making some of these like things that you don't like other people done to you. The awareness is going to be key without judgment, but be okay with them being disappointed. Be okay with that. Be okay with saying no, or I don't know if you don't know, or I don't want to. Be okay with doing that and be okay with them being a little like, feelings are hurt. That's okay. That's how you know you're on the right growth journey. But if you're too worried about what people are going to think about you, are they going to think less of me? Well, guess what? They might. And keep it real with you. Yeah, they might. Who cares? Who cares? Why does that bother you so much? Oh, because you didn't do what they wanted you to do. You didn't do it how they wanted you to do it. You didn't do those things and now they're upset. So what? It's okay. It's okay. But again, also keep in mind that it's also okay on the other side of that too. It is absolutely okay for someone to protect their peace and you not like it. Yep. It's absolutely okay for that. And it really starts to help you work on your boundaries some for them. And then it works on your ego on the other side of that. Because part of your growth journey is going to be humbling yourself, dropping your ego, realizing that you can be upset with somebody and they don't have to change their behavior. You don't have to have them in your circle and they don't have to have you in their circle. But you got to remember that part of you preventing yourself from going to the next level is worrying too much about what other people think. What if they smear your name? Baby, there are going to be people on this planet who are going to not like you. They're going to not like your actions. They're going to talk mad crap about you to other people. That's just life. And if you think that you're going to make everybody happy and everybody understand your growth journey, it's not going to happen. Okay, you're going to have to understand that. There will be people who are committed to never understanding you. There's parts of you that are committed to misunderstanding people if they don't align with the way you do it. It's okay to not rock with it, but people have every right on this planet to do something that benefits them the way they see fit. And then it's up to you to decide if you want that in your life or not. Not they should change it. Not I got to understand it. Nope, they don't owe you that. And you don't owe that back. So the next time you find yourself getting upset or annoyed or pissed off, just remember, okay, I'm allowed my feelings, but they don't have to change it, and vice versa. So on this growth journey, you will lose people. I've said this to you multiple times. Is it really a loss? No. It just means that you're changing things. Things are shifting. There is a way of shifting it and changing. And sometimes not everybody who's on this journey is going to continue this journey with you, regardless if you want them to or not. But you got to be honest with yourself. Are you honest with yourself right now? Are you being the best version of yourself on this journey? Guess what? Sometimes you're not going to be, and that's okay. But are you still finding yourself sometimes feeling a little manipulative out of insecurity? Okay, just be aware of it. And then you go, okay, I see where I still need to work on. Don't judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up for it. It's really not important. But if you're too worried about how somebody is going to perceive you or how somebody is going to say something to you, what if their feelings are hurt? Guess what? Sometimes they're going to be. Sometimes they are going to be. You are not the protector of everybody on this planet, but you are the protector of yourself. And you might not have always had those tools. And until you get clear in understanding that you're going to have to accept that, and some of these relationships that you think should be, even with relatives, sometimes especially with relatives, sometimes they're the people that you're going to get rid of first. Or they're going to get rid of you, so to speak, right? And that is okay. Can it be hurtful? Sure. Can you feel it? Yes. Do you change who you are because of it? Absolutely not. So that's how you start gauging this growth journey. You're saying no more. You're not committing to something. If you felt guilty about it, you let that guilt go a little bit. Oh, this person's mad at me because I didn't do what they wanted them to. Oh, they'll have to figure it out. Right? And then another good indicator of your growth journey is not dwelling in the past. You don't keep dwelling in the past, and you're not a victim to your circumstances in your mind. You don't have that victim mentality. Then you know you're really on this growth journey. You're really soaring, and you will go forward, you will go backwards. So there's going to be some weeks you're going to knock that right out the park, and other weeks you are not. But remind yourself of these little things. Remind yourself that you are a work in progress. Remind yourself that you are not perfect. You will never be perfect because it does not exist. But also remind yourself that your life isn't for anybody else to approve. Your goals and journey is not for anybody else to approve or understand. It's hard enough to learn to love yourself. Let's not worry about everybody else around us. Seriously, you have got to be your first priority. You have got to be the main focus in your life. Got to be. And you'll start seeing the shift and you'll be like, oh, don't worry about quantity. People get worried too much about, I don't have anybody. I don't have enough people. Stop with the quantity thing. It's quality over quantity at all areas of your life. Right? You want quality of life. You could have $80 million and just work yourself into a bone. Is that really quality? No. Sure, you might have a nice ride, a nice house. Are you living your life? No. because you keep chasing things to make you happy. So on this journey, you'll know by those things. And when people start getting irritated and angry with you, baby, you are on the right path. Keep doing more of that.